infrastructure needs a serious boost. You know, you don't have to drive too far to see the effects that you're talking about, Leo, and all of us need to have reliable internet service, to have reliable cell service, and that's not just simply for business, which is very important, and I know a lot of you use very high-tech equipment on your farms. You require GPS, you're using drones, you're using things that require that reliable service, but also safety. You know, if you're out on the farm and your cell phone isn't going to work and something happens, you know, how are you supposed to get in touch with someone? Safety out on our roads too, it's very important. There's a lot that we can do in rural communities, but we have to look at transit, we have to look at postal, digital services, all of these things. And what we need is an entire rural plan that for once includes people from rural communities. In Ottawa, I continue to see, you know, people who live in big urban centers creating policy for those of us that live in rural ridings, and that's not working because their reality is not ours. So yes, in my home as well, I live in a subdivision in Cuse, but I can't get cell service unless I stand to the front of the house to be able to get, you know, the proper amount. And that's not acceptable. We can and we should do better. We also need to lower the costs of our telecommunications. Right now, the airwaves are public in Canada. There's a spectrum auction that takes place where all the big telecom companies bid on our public airspace. They bid on it, they get access to it, and then they turn around and charge us some of the highest rates in the world for unpredictable and inefficient service. That has to end. You need a government with the courage to stand up to big telecom companies and not just continue to bow to them. People cannot afford to pay the cell phone bills that they're having to pay right now. And you know, how many people open their cell phone bill at the end of the month unsure of what that will say, unsure of what that amount will be? Because quite frankly, when you go over, it becomes atrocious. And anyone who has business knows that when you need that service, you need it. You can't just cut it off because you're over your limit. So we would absolutely work to have the telecom companies held to account, expand cell and broadband internet, and lower the costs.